Okay, so the other thing about this recipe is we are going to double it today so that we can just make a whole bunch and see how it works out. And we are going to use vanilla in this class, and in my 7th grade class we will use almond extract so we can taste between the two tastes. What do you think? You know, one will come out better or not. So first things first, we need to, this is a 1 bowl recipe too. So everything's just going to go in the 1 bowl. We're going to mix it up, and kind of the laborious part is that it has to be cut up into little 1-inch squares. So, but that's okay. It's doable. We can make it happen. So then, I'm going to need, the recipe calls for half a cup of butter, but we need a whole cup of butter since we are going to double the recipe. So there's 2, and if you'll please put them in that bowl. Then Caesar, we need a 1/4 cup of flour, but we're going to double it, so what will that turn into? Half a cup of flour. Then we are going to need the vanilla extract, which is right above your head, Corbin. Then we're going to need sugar, like just plain granulated. Make sure you get the open bags first. That's flour. We're going to need flour. Bring it over here.
Oh, yeah, flour tastes great.
And sugar. We're going to need a little bit of salt. Luke, can you grab the salt for us? Oh, it's on the 2nd shelf. There we go. And then we're going to need the sprinkles, which is the matte thing right there.
So 1/2?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay. So, actually, it's a 1/2 cup of sugar. So, we're going to need a 1/2 cup sugar. Go for it, whoever. Is that a 1/2 cup? Okay, now we need our vanilla extract. So we need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Thank you, Caesar. And then somebody can come get the beaters ready because we're going to have to do a hand mixer. Is that 1/2? Double check it.
Yes.
Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Good. Go right in there. Now that we are going to cream this mixture together. So whenever a recipe says you're going to cream something together, that just means you're beating up. All right, so we're going to beat this butter sugar mixture up until it's all nice and creamy. So you can put it on, start off slow, and then you can go up and speed. Okay, so next it wants us to add the salt, which will be 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We already have 1/2 teaspoon here, so salt. 1/2 teaspoon. Pour it in there. And then we're going to need 2.5 cups of flour. Thank you, ma'am. So there's some flour over here. We need good.
How many?
2.5 cups of flour.
Like that? So, so can we do this?
So the recipe says that the dough is going to start off crumbly, but then we just keep beating it until it comes together.
I'll mix it right now.
Go ahead and take that out. Let's get a spoon and see if we can like form little clumps, because that will tell us if it's going to.
So like just a spoon like this?
See if you can like make little, push it against the side and like.
Against the side.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna just try it. We get to add this whole entire bottle of sprinkles. Who wants to do the honors?
You haven't done that yet.
And now we need to give it a good stir.
Yeah. Like dry.
So instead of using this big giant pan, we're going to use something smaller. Well, we can use this for this. That mixture, and we're going to dump it in here, and then we're going to press it like all the way down, and all on the sides and everything.
Do you want to
You can, or you can use a spatula. Press it hard. It's got to like. How does it feel? Pretty tight?
Yes.
Do you think that if we lifted the parchment paper out, that it would stay in its shape?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I would check the corners and the sides a little. Because then the next step is we're going to cut it up. So it needs to stay in it.
I think it's going to stay.
We'll try it. It's a big experiment. If it doesn't work out, hey, no harm done. You have an experience. You go back and try to figure out what went wrong. Sometimes people just write bad recipes online, so this is just a thing that happens. We will for
Okay,
sure.
I think
I
we're
All
ready.
right. So then, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna lift this up, and you move the
pan.
You ready?
2, 3.
All right. Feels a little cracky. So now then, where did I put the pizza roller? Right here. So the recipe says we need to cut this up in 1/2-inch squares using a pizza roller. But we'll find out now if this dough is going to stick together or not.
Girl, go knock on wood.
It sticks.
Girl, go knock on wood. The door.
You want to do? So, remember our culinary standard is it needs to be uniform, so we want to try to make them the same size all the way across.
It is crumbling. You knocked on wood too late.
You know why they don't let you take it out?
Oh, it's not staying.
Okay, let's just do an experiment and just cut this way.
Can I turn the paper?
Yes. And we'll see if we'll be able to transfer them. I think that will be the big test.
Like that?
Yeah.
All the way?
Uh-huh. Until that little, there you go. Now, let's see if we can move a couple of those.
Yeah, it's going to fall
I think
apart.
it's,
That's
yeah, right there.
What?
Might need to use like the tip of a knife, maybe? Work. Okay, you know what I vote for now? Let's cut a little here and see if we can get some more squares, whole squares. And then we're just going to cook just the couple that we have, because it only takes about 10 minutes in the oven. And we'll test those and see
If we should go on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. Maybe get one of those little knives.
Or a spatula. A little spatula.
This? Or this? We can like this. Butter knife. Then you can scoot it under.
Hey, that's a weird.
I feel like this recipe should have called for 1 day. Yeah.
No.
Wanna try? Scoot it.
Like, this is Logan Paul, and I'm Ken. So who you go for, guys?
The corner, bro.
Okay, who you go
The
Half.
corner.
A fourth of it broke.
for? Go. Boo, Logan Paul, he's so good, but get all of you.
That was one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know what I think we're gonna do? With these, I wonder if we add more butter to this, if it will stick together better.
I feel like we should add an egg to it.
Yeah.
We can't. Then it wouldn't be shortbread, and it would come up like a fluffy consistency that would rise. So the point is that these are gonna stay their shape. All right, let's put these in and see what happens. What do you think? Yeah.
And we get to try them.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, says they should cook for 12 minutes, so I'm setting the timer for 12 minutes. Yes, ma'am. What about it? Yeah.
Now, okay, you're doing good. Thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome.
The encouragement. I think it's how it spread it out.
Awesome. Now then, let's get a little. Want a spatula? Is that what you said? There's other little knives down there. Yeah, you can use the end of that spoon.
They look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same. So, we're going to turn our timer
Oh,
on.
they didn't melt that much either.
No, they don't. So we're going to let them cool off, and then we'll see after. I think those are going to come out much better.
Yeah.
So let's just keep stacking those up. We'll let these ones cool down. Oh, really? And then it'll be the next classes.